Hi everyone, welcome to a special edition of Kicking It with Kerry. I am super excited to be with you today and with Dr. McNeill because we're introducing and one of the first offices in Orange County in Newport Beach to have this product, Daxxify. It's a brand new toxin to the market, and one of the things that's so special about it is that it's longer lasting. So let's get into it. Dr. McNeill, first I want to back up just a little bit because you guys are like, toxin, and what does that mean? What's a toxin? What's a filler? So still people are asking me sometimes like what the difference between a toxin and a filler is. So Daxxify is a toxin, and Dr. McNeill, I'm going to hand that over to you. What's the difference between when people say, I need a toxin or I need a filler? What are they asking for?
Well, we're lucky now. We have lots of toxins on the market. We carry all of the toxins that are available in this country here at MBDPS. There's Botox, which is what people call it, kind of like Kleenex. They'll call all toxins Botox sometimes. But there's Botox, Jeuveau, Xeomin, Dysport, and now Daxxify. So 5 toxins on the market that we have here and can use. Toxins in general paralyze muscles. So in general, most commonly used sort of on the upper face where we want to block the contraction of a muscle that when it's contracted repeatedly over times causes etched in lines. So most commonly used on the upper face, but tons of places that we use them sometimes, to smooth the jawline, slim the low face, sometimes for the neck muscles, for sweating in the armpits. So lots of uses for them, but the most common is the upper face.
So it's like to kind of smooth out the skin, but filler, on the other hand, is to fill lines in the skin or fill shallowness in the skin or to provide fullness, right? So kind of maybe
there's lots of fillers too. So
lots of fillers.
More than just 5, lots of fillers, and they have sort of different uses. The fillers are all more sort of different from each other. Some just like literally trace a little etched in line and smooth that. Others provide lots of volume, can really kind of make a chin more prominent, in profile. Some are more biostimulatory and just like help your body to create new collagen. So lots of different fillers used for different things, but in general they do replace lost volume.
Perfect. So we talked about toxins and fillers. Today in particular, this is going to be very special because number one, I'm going to get treated.
This is a special
This
edition.
is special because Kerry's getting treated today. Yay!
I didn't know if it was that or if it was the new sign.
Well, the new sign is kind of legendary. Dr. McNeill bought me a little early Christmas present. Thank you so much. And we got it hung up, and I was like, okay, time to do another Kicking It with Kerry because I've got the logo, the whole
You're
situation.
just going to kind of sit in front of it like,
Yeah, it's nice. It draws a little attention. I love it. Love it. It makes me so happy. But so special because we've got the sign, special because I'm going to be getting treated with Daxxify for the very first time. And Dr. McNeil is going to do that for us today on this Kicking It with Kerry. But also special because we're introducing this new product. And like I said earlier, it's long lasting. So toxins, generally speaking, last for how long?
3 to 4 months. So the other 4 toxins that I brought up at the beginning last on average about 3 to 4 months. So previous to Daxxify being available, it was a common question that I would get is, which toxin is best? And I would always start off the conversation by saying, well, they're all a lot more similar to each other than they are different because all of them lasted about 3 to 4 months. Some maybe kick in a little more quickly than others and minor differences. But Daxxify is very different. It's one we've been waiting for a long time, specifically because it lasts a lot longer. And the technique that I'll be showing with Kerry today is doing the 40-unit injection of Daxxify in the glabella, so the area between the eyes. And that technique, that injection that I'll be demonstrating on her has been shown to last for 6 months on average. Some people up to 9 months. So very different than the other toxins that are on the market, and really makes a big difference for our patients, our busy patients, who, might not need to come in for other things. So twice a year is, will certainly keep that area nice and smooth in most patients.
I don't think I can, kind of express how much clamoring there has been for this product. This product, I think, has been sort of like dangling in front of us for the last 2 years or so, and kind of like, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Providers and patients alike have been waiting and asking for it. When is this happening? And so the fact that it's finally here, and even better is that I think Dr. McNeill has a lot of confidence in this product. We have started treating patients. We've already seen really good results with those patients that have been treated, enough so that I'm willing to get treated today. And I know you went to Nashville, to their corporate headquarters, and learned direct from kind of the masters and the creators of the product. So
well, yeah, but also the clinical trials for this product were quite impressive. So I certainly felt comfortable. I treated myself actually the next day when we came back. I was our first patient treated. I treated the glabella here, and I am quite frozen there. But that's kind of in general, this area, I think, looks good to have that area completely frozen, so I feel very comfortable doing that. I like to have expression, sort of around my eyes and be able to raise my eyebrows, and generally that's sort of the look we're going for with these toxins, is to smooth things but without making you completely frozen, and I think we can really accomplish that with this one. So I'm very impressed with their data on lots of people, so extensive trials, clinical trials in this country, with Daxxify, showing the safety, is very high, same as other toxins, very high with all of the toxins. And then also the longevity is very reliable using this technique. And then actually a third thing that comes with Daxxify is a slightly different technique, especially for the glabellar injections, where we can get a little bit of brow lift, so medial brow lift, even at rest. And that's sort of the other thing that people are asking for a lot. Is
that's exciting.
A brow lift, and often say, oh, well, get that, brow lift, brow surgery, but we can get some brow lift even at baseline, meaning not when you're making expression, but a little bit of medial brow lift even at baseline after the Daxxify kicks in. And actually the last thing about it that I like is that it kicks in really quickly. So, I think that was 2 weeks ago that we started doing it, but, I've already had follow-up on most of those patients, because within 48 hours you see most of the effect. Even within a day you see some of the effect. So it kicks in right away, and it's long-lasting, which are all sort of very nice features.
One of our front office staff had it, I think, 2 days ago, and she's already seeing full effect. I was like, did you take before pictures? And of course she didn't, so it's not like one that I can show you, but she's very happy with the result, and she, I saw her, she looks great, so that's good to know. And then we did take some before pictures of me expressing a really silly video, and then we'll show that in a couple days, like what I look like after the fact. So that's good. I know doctors and providers and some patients get real excited about a clinical trial. I am really excited about that little brow lift, because that's always something, I actually historically, when they inject toxin in me, they have to go very high, because I am prone to getting a little kind of droop, which I really don't like, because I always like to have my eyes open. I think it makes me look younger and more refreshed and all of those good things. So I'm excited to hear that. I did not know that. Is there any, not to put you on the spot, but is there anything else that, any little nuggets that you thought were really...
Well, I'm going to sort of demonstrate that on you before I do the injection, so I can talk about that.
Okay. All right, well, let's go. And do you want to get the injection going?
Yep.
I'm excited, because I need to look good for our holiday party on Sunday.
Yeah, and then I think the last thing, right, is just the scheduling.
This is so exciting. Where's the check? Oh, there it is. Maybe we can zoom in on that. Here it is. It's a little different size container, I'd say, than what our normal toxin comes in. They've got some pretty cool marketing too. I like their little, it's about time, sassy. We've got it on our homepage. And one of the things before I get injected, I'd like to talk about really quickly is, I know some of you have heard us talking about our new membership rewards app. We call it an app, and it really is an app once you have it. But to get it, you don't go to the App Store and you don't go to Google Play Store. You go to NBDPS. Wait, is it NBDPS dot
NBDPS VIP dot repeat MD. Yes.
And it's best in a Safari browser, and we can put that in the comments after, or somebody who's, maybe on staff that's watching could put that in the comments. But we are offering memberships that you can get, toxin memberships that give you discounted pricing on all the toxins, and we have added Daxxify to that list. So that's another benefit of being a member, and every time you check into our office or come to our office, then you get rewarded with little gifts, little sauces. Okay? So all right, I'll let you take over, Dr. McNeill.
All right. I'm just gonna clean.
And I did put some makeup on, so
well, it's going.
it's going. Get to see my beautiful natural skin.
So I'm just gonna explain where I'm gonna inject and sort of the logic behind it and how this injection technique is slightly different and why it doesn't drop the brows. So it's a 5-point injection, and our goal is to keep the muscles just in this area frozen without freezing up here. When we do traditional injections, it can be higher up, and then when this muscle, the one across here, the frontalis, is a little bit frozen, it can make that go down just ever so subtly, and it looks kind of heavy. So we don't want that at all. We just want to relax the muscles that make this kind of scowl thing happening. So one's going to be pretty low right here at the level of the medial canthus. And then if you could scowl like super hard here, see this muscle where it comes in right here? We want to get right just at the edge of that one, so the origin of the corrugator. Scowl again. Good. We can do that. And then one more time. Scowl real hard, and then the insertion
As hard
of it
as
as
I
well,
can.
which is right way out here. I'm gonna move your head like that. Scowl one more time, so way out here, and roll up. So it's gonna really just relax this muscle, the corrugator, and then we're gonna relax this muscle right here.
Can I ask a question? So there's patients who love coming in to see us, and they don't mind coming in every 3 months.
Well, they can.
They can.
come get other stuff, or they can use the other toxins.
So is there
whichever they
any
prefer.
benefit other than the longevity to using this Daxxify?
I don't think so. I don't think it's very. I don't think there are other reasons besides this technique and the longevity.
The quick onset, I think, is also huge because, like, literally, for example, I am going to a holiday party on Sunday, and so that happens where we're not always the best planners, and so if you find yourself in that spot where you're like, darn it, I wanted to look super hot for my party or my, whatever it is, and you didn't, plan ahead, this can really set in pretty quickly, so that's nice.
In fairness, Dysport kicks in that quickly as well, but that is a benefit of this one also. In our practice, we use these little syringes with a needle attached. So I'm going to use a separate one for each injection site, just so it doesn't get dull at all, so it's more comfortable for the patient and less likely to bruise. In general, the chance of bruising, though, with this is very low. So you can just relax. You don't need to make any expressions for this part. And for this first injection, actually go real deep. There. It's a very concentrated solution, so the chance of having any of those little bumps afterwards is really low. You doing okay?
Yeah. And please feel free to ask any questions. The person who's recording, Kaylin, thank you very much. She'll be happy to read those to us and we can answer them live right now.
This one at the insertion is much more superficial. We just want to get
That one made my eye water.
this little insertion. And that's it.
Woohoo!
Injection. How'd it feel?
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I like that there was only five injections.
So it's a 5-point technique for with lavellar.
And it didn't hurt. It's just that I'm naturally, it kind of like triggers some sort of like reflex that makes you kind of tear up. Oh, it's crying. And the more I think about it, the more I'm doing it.
All right.
That's it.
We'll post some pictures, I think, in 48 hours if we can.
I certainly will. And all of our providers are trained and ready to provide Daxxify for you. We have it in stock and we're ready to go. So please call us and make an appointment. We'd be happy to see you. Thanks so much for watching.
Thanks for
See
letting
you
me
next
kick it with
time.
Kerry.
Yeah. I don't have my glasses on.
Thank you, Kaylin.
Of course.